What's going on, YouTube? Back with another moto vlog, just out riding around. So yesterday, the battery in my car, it's a 2019 Jetta, decided to start really shitting the bed on me and not wanting to start. So one thing I will tell people, because it requires reprogramming from the dealer, to bypass that. And I had zero issues and no lights on my dash and everything works. My automatic start stop, all my driving assist works just fine. Is if you have a booster pack, keep it connected to the terminals while you're taking the terminals off the old battery. Leave it connected so the computer never loses 12 volts, and then put the new battery in, slide the terminals back on with the booster still connected, and everything is fine. I knew I was good when the clock on the dash, everything was the same time. Started the car up, it went through, started cycling through driving assist, and as soon as I took off from AutoZone parking lot, everything went away and everything was back to normal. Just for future reference, if you ever run across that and need to change your battery or anything like that, just keep a booster pack on it and you're not going to have to worry about having anything reprogrammed. I know YouTube will tell you, oh, as soon as you change your battery, da 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 da, but they just don't tell you you can't let the computer lose 12 volts. So there's the trick. But anyways, enough about car stuff on a bike channel. But I was and still am, a mechanic pretty much my whole life, so little tips and tricks like that helps other people when you're in a bind, because you don't want to just change your battery, let your computer lose its memory and be stuck in a parking lot because your damn car won't start. So keep a booster pack on your terminals and you'll be fine. After this ride, I gotta go get my hair cut, get some things ready for the work week. I am off Thursday and Friday, so I got a long weekend coming up, and I plan on doing probably about 3 moto vlogs towards the end of the week, and I'll release one at a time. So I'll upload one Thursday evening, Friday evening, and Saturday evening of this week coming up, so look out for that. It sucks seeing my old channel, because the last video I posted is now over 1,000 views, but what are you gonna do? I'd just rather start this channel the way I want it, not worry about anything, build it up from scratch, and have all the content that I want on this one. I was hesitant at first whether or not I liked this more than the Z125 that I had, but I gotta tell you, the Honda Groms definitely grow on you. The only, I guess what stands the Kawasaki Z125 out from the Grom is you don't need if you're gonna do wheelies, which I don't really do anymore, the oil pump mod, which again, if you add a little more oil and overfill it just by a hair, you don't really have to. The Z125 actually has a tube coming from the oil pump to the top of the cylinder head, where the oil pump on the grom is a little further back or further forward, so when you're in a wheelie long enough, which would have to be very long, it doesn't necessarily pump the oil up to the head as fast. So there's concern with that, with people that do stunt all the time with the groms. You should really do the oil pump mod. Again, I'm not touching anything on this. I plan on buying probably a GSXR 600 at some point, and I'll always keep this. But both bikes will be on the channel. Probably be, I would say, next year sometime, or maybe through the winter months. I'll try to figure out how to get one, but until then, this is the bike I got full time, so this is what I'm using. And it's way too fun to let go. I mean, I can go anywhere on this except highways. You can. I just prefer not to be ran over here in Florida because people can't drive around here, and it's a lot of elderly people that I just don't think, man, it's windy out today. Some of them should even be on the road. So local driving, yes, I'll ride this everywhere. Highways, that's where the bigger bike will come in. Sometimes having power is good to get yourself out of situations where on a grom, when you're on local roads, you can predict a lot better where you should and shouldn't be. I always see asking on YouTube, what speed can you hold these at long periods of time? I mean, I'm doing 55 and it's at 6,500 RPM, nowhere near the 8,500 red line. So you can literally hold it here all day long. It doesn't bother anything. And I'm not ducking or trying to break the wind. I'm sitting straight up. So as you can see, the speed will hold. I'm not exactly full throttle. Now I am. So 59 miles an hour. Not trying to break the wind. Nowhere near red line, 7,000 RPM. I could hold it here all day. People on Harleys would never wave to me on this. Everybody else will though. Like right now, I mean, I'm pinned, full throttle. Hold it here all day long. It's not stressing anything out. This is why I would never get rid of this bike, just because it's just fun to hold something pinned versus I don't ride crazy, so when I do get a 600, I just like to ride, but it's the type of bike I like. I could do a cruiser too, it just doesn't matter. But like this, it's just fun to use every ounce of power of it, and you're not going to get in any trouble. Like things like this would be great with a 600, but we're going to time it. like so. The only downfall to being on roads that are 55 miles an hour is you do kind of hold up traffic. Like, these bikes are really great for town riding. Anything 50 miles an hour and below, these are 100% perfect. Once you get on roads that are like 55 miles an hour, you're kind of in people's way at that point. I am slightly ducking down just a little bit now, just to try to break some of the wind, just so I can keep pace. And I'm pinned full throttle. I have no more room to go, so as you can see, the RPM 6,500, almost 7,000. Red line don't hit till about 8,300, so you're not going to hurt nothing. You can stay here all day long. So I figured I was going to keep it on slower roads, but this gives everybody an opportunity to see you can be on 55 mile an hour roads. I'm not really ducking down. If you want to, you can. Once you hit hills, obviously it slows down a little. But I mean, you can keep it pinned for days. I don't even think I ever go past 7,000 RPM. Like this hill, we'll duck down a little, gain some speed, 63. See what we hit when we hit the top. Still at 57. 58, so it does good. Cletus McFarland's track. Hell yeah, brother. I literally live like 6 miles from here. It's awesome. One thing I miss about being on a sport bike is you do not feel the wind as much as you do on something like this or a cruiser. People don't think so, but that little short windshield that comes up, the only thing you get sometimes is a little bit of headwind, but on windy days you don't really feel much. Wow, she's hitting 60-30. Impressive. So anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Just a little bit of insight about things and talking about riding the Grom, and I will get another video up shortly, probably in a couple days. See you next time.